From the archives of the United States Cavalry, the true stories of Colonel Ranald Mackenzie and the cavalrymen he led. Mackenzie's Raiders. His secret orders from the President of the United States. Clean up the Southwest. Make it a fit place for Americans to live. Wipe out the renegades, outlaws, and murderers. If necessary, cross the Rio Grande, knowing capture means hanging by the enemy. Discovery, court-martial by the United States Army. The burning month of August 1875, Colonel Ranald Mackenzie had received word that killer Pete Lamond and his murderous band had been sighted in the territory. With a picked group of raiders, Mackenzie headed for the border and Mexico, where he was certain Lamond would seek sanctuary. The trail crossed the Rio Grande and led deep into the treacherous Palos Negros range. With each mile covered, the danger of detection by Mexican federales increased. But the destruction of Lamond was vital, and it drove Mackenzie and the raiders deep, ever deeper into alien country. Finally, on August 16th, the outlaw gang was sighted and the battle joined. Price of violence and justice. 1 raider dead, 3 wounded, and all but 2 horses killed. 3 outlaws were captured. One of them, the Indian chief Red Wing.
All right, Sergeant, let's get started. Check the rigs on those Indian ponies every so often, and keep a sharp lookout. If there are Mexican patrols in the area, let's make sure we see them before they see us. Carry on.
Yes, sir.
Now, critically short of water and burdened by his wounded, Mackenzie faced the long march over burning, hostile land back to Fort Clark. And trailing him, the killer, Pete Lamond. So began the first day of one of history's most challenging marches. 150 miles against impossible odds.
Camp's all ready, sir. Everybody will be under cover by nightfall.
Good. Do you notice the behavior of our prisoners today? They keep looking back. We're being followed, Sergeant.
It must be Lamond, sir. He's the only one that got away.
That's right. He'll follow us like a buzzard trying to pick us off one by one.
Well, there's 4 of us, sir. Why don't we go find him and finish him off?
Several reasons. Number 1, Lamond might be able to get behind us, circle around, and free our prisoners. Number 2, I can't afford to lose any more men. Number 3, it'd take time. We'd use up the rest of our water.
So all we can do is retreat from 1 man.
Well, a well-organized retreat sometimes leads to victory, Sergeant. In the meantime, we'll continue to travel by day, keeping well away from any cover that might conceal a man.
That'll make Lamond keep his distance, sir.
Right. At night, we'll camp in the rocks.
That's when he'll make his try, after dark.
That's to be our strategy. When he comes in close enough, we'll try to pick him off.
But, sir, Corporal Baker's useless with his hand. Daly and I have to guard the prisoners and tend the wounded.
That leaves only me.
Yes, sir. And to get Lamond, you'd have to pin him down. That'd take 2 men, sir.
That's right, Sergeant. We've got to recruit 1 more man to our side.
But who, sir?
Chief Red Wing. I'm sorry to see you like this, Chief Red Wing. You, a great chief, a leader, in company with cutthroats and killers.
They are my friends. I am proud to be with them.
They are not your friends. They're your enemies, stirring you up like this, making you lead your people in war. How many of your braves have died as a result of these so-called friends?
They died in a good cause. I myself am willing to die for it.
You can't believe it's a good cause. You've made bad friends, Chief. If you'd let me help you, If you'd help me...
No.
I'll be sorry to see you stand trial with those men, Chief.
We will not stand trial, Mackenzie. You will not take us to your fort. You will not reach your fort yourself.
Colonel.
Yes, Baker?
My hand, sir. It's hurting pretty bad.
Private, watch how you carry that rifle around prisoners or you'll have bigger worries than your hand. Let's have a look at it.
Please, sir, could I have just a little water to wash my hand?
I'm sorry, Baker. We haven't got any water for washing. Get back to your post.
The second day, August 18th. Though struggling to survive, Mackenzie was engaged in a deadly game of human chess designed to draw Lamont close enough to be taken.
Give this to Baker.
Your rations, sir?
Yeah, well, don't tell him that. Tell him it's some we had extra.
That's the boss, Mackenzie. Pete Lamont.
Pete's a reasonable man, Mackenzie. Probably wouldn't make no trouble for you if you turned us loose.
That's real good advice, Colonel.
Sergeant, scatter the group out. No fires, no smoking, no loud talking. And no shooting.
No shooting, sir? You just sit here and let him pop away at us?
If the firing attracts the Mexican federales, let it attract them to Pete Lamont, not to us. Besides, we're short of ammunition.
Yes, sir.
Let him go, Sergeant. We'll have to get along with one horse.
Yes, sir. Haven't got enough food and water for two anyway.
All right. Scatter him out.
Come out of those rocks, Lamont!
Daly, take cover! Daly!
Looks like he's given up, sir.
Permanently, let's hope.
Yes, sir. You think he might have?
It's possible.
Sir, I could ride on into the fort, bring back some help. Wouldn't take long, traveling alone.
No. You couldn't bring troops into Mexico, you know that, Sergeant. The fact that the raiders crossed the Rio Grande has got to be kept absolutely secret.
Even if we all die, sir?
Even if we all die, Sergeant. Besides, it's out of the question anyway. Lamont's still out there somewhere. With you gone, it'd leave just two of us to take care of 3 prisoners and 2 wounded men. Try to get some sleep, Sergeant.
Yes, sir.
The third day, mile after mile exacted a toll from tired bodies. The goal still 100 miles off.
Short night, Sergeant?
Yes, sir. Sir, if that bird comes back tonight, I'd like to go after him.
Let's hope he doesn't come back. Anyway, if anyone goes after him, it's really a job for 2 men. One to sneak up on either side of him.
Let's see how we can do it then, sir. There's only the 3 of us.
Well, maybe we can alter that situation, get another man on our side.
Not Red Wing, sir. Well, he hates us. He'd maybe promise to help us and then give us a double cross.
All right. Let it go, Sergeant. Baker, close up there.
Yes, sir.
All secure, sir.
Good. Oh, Sergeant, you better get your own ration now.
Yes, sir. No sign of Lamond yet?
No? Looks like he may have... Sergeant, Stanfield.
Oh, I'm all right, sir. Just crease me.
Good. Come on, get cover. So, it would appear Lamond is still with us. He's got to be out there someplace. Well, I can't say I like it, but I prefer it to having the federales on our backs. Sergeant, think you can manage while I go after him?
Oh, you go after him, sir.
That's right. Oh, and Baker. Be sure Baker isn't left alone with those prisoners a moment more than is absolutely necessary.
Yes, sir. What if you don't come back?
Then you're in command, Sergeant.
Hey, kid, now's your chance. Come on, I can't talk to you back there.
You guys better not try nothing.
Come on now.
Hello there! Halt! Stop or I'll shoot! Come out of there with your hands up. Colonel Mackenzie!
Now, only Mackenzie and Stanfield remain to carry out the mission of a full patrol. 2 men against 3 prisoners and the murderous sniper Pete Lamond, against the empty, sun-baked desert and the ever-present danger of being discovered on Mexican soil.
It all happened so fast, sir. I was covering you, like you said. Next thing I know...
I understand. So you can't say exactly what did happen?
No, sir. Just what I told you.
All right, come with me, Sergeant. Oh, and stand quiet, unless I ask you a direct question.
Yes, sir.
I have one question, and I will have an answer. Who killed Private Baker? Chief Red Wing. Did you kill Private Baker?
Do your own work. I will not help you.
So you won't speak up for yourself because you're afraid of hurting your so-called friends. You'd rather have me believe that you stabbed a boy whose only fault was in being too trusting.
I did not. I can tell you nothing.
I see. All right. You going to tell me now who killed Private Baker? Or are you going to tell me after you've gone a day without water?
Didn't the Sarge tell you who killed him?
If he had, would I be asking you?
Oh, what's the difference? You got enough on me and Skaggs to hang us even if we did kill a kid.
Uh-huh. Now, this may make a great deal of difference. The difference between your hanging and going free.
Free?
That's what I said. You tell me on your word of honor that you're innocent, and you tell me who did kill Private Baker, and I'll set you free here and now.
You mean that, Mackenzie? You won't go back on your word?
Am I in the habit of going back on my word?
He done it. Red Wing done it. I mean, me and Skaggs will swear he did it.
That's right. We tried to stop him, but he was too fast for us.
Sergeant Stanfield,
Yes, sir.
you were present. Do you feel that Chief Red Wing could have killed Private Baker?
No, sir. I didn't see everything that happened, but I know he didn't have anything to do with it. He was laying down several feet away.
I see.
Sir, if we're going to survive, we'd better kill them both.
We're going to survive, Sergeant. We're going to survive and see them both hanged after we get back to Fort Clark.
Hey, you ain't sore, are you, Red Wing? You understand how it was.
I understand.
And we're still friends, eh? Right? Just like we was.
Still friends. Just like we were.
The fourth day, August 20th. The desperate march continued. The precious water was almost gone. Survival now depended on taking Lamond and turning Chief Red Wing into an ally.
How about some water, Mackenzie?
Not till tonight.
We got a right to water. You can't hold us prisoners without taking care of us.
Oh? You want me to shoot you right now and save the hangman a job? Now, do you move again? Or do you stop moving altogether?
Come on your feet, you two. You're no more tired or hotter or thirstier than any of the rest of us.
Water. I'm sick.
Move.
Just a half a cup, Mackenzie. You can take it out of our ration.
A half a cup is your ration.
A half a cup? He's saving it for himself. He drinks it at night when the rest of us are asleep.
Smoke from a campfire, sir.
Think it might be Lamond?
No. No, he wouldn't build a fire. Whoever it is, though, he wouldn't be out there without water. Come on. Just one shot. Might have been meant as a warning. You hold the ground here, Stanfield. I'm going ahead by myself.
By yourself, sir? But
Carry on, Stanfield. I'll signal you if it's safe.
They are the Rio Grande people. The old man is sick. The tribe left him behind. They go down to join the tribe.
How far?
To the country of the Big Bend, 15 marches across the desert.
I see. Ask him about the water.
Two skins of water is all that they have. For such a far journey, it is barely enough.
They can't spare any? Not even just a cup around?
With less, they will die.
Yes. Tell them a bad man follows us. They should move their camp well to the east, or he might kill them. Sergeant Stanfield, let's move out.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Colonel. How about the water? You gonna favor a couple of stinking Indians over your own people?
We need water as bad as they do. What right have they got to it?
Every right. It happens to be theirs. Sergeant?
Yes, sir. Move.
Chief Red Wing, I asked you once before for your help, for your friendship. Now I ask you again. You'll be risking your life.
I know. You want my help in getting Lamond. I will give it to you.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you. With the two of us working together, I know we can pull it off.
We will work as equals then. As friends.
Well, certainly, of course. What do you mean?
I will need a weapon. I give you my word, my promise. It shall not be used against you.
Your promise? What good is that? You'd promise anything.
Sergeant!
How do you like your new friends, Red Wing? Real trusting, ain't they?
You better stick with us, Red Wing. You'll know where you stand then.
You be quiet. I'm sorry, Chief. Of course I accept your word.
I withdraw it. Since it has no value, if I go armed, and I make no promises. Perhaps I will help you with Lamond. Perhaps I will do something else.
Sergeant, give Chief Red Wing his choice of weapons.
A knife. Only a knife.
On the double. Thank you, Chief. As soon as it's light, we'll go after Lamond.
I thought you were Lamond.
Yeah. Pretty easy to lose him in these rocks. You circle around that way. I'll meet you from this way. Red Wing?
All right, my friend.
Mackenzie's raiders rode again and again, carrying out the secret orders of the President of the United States. Do whatever necessary to clean up the Southwest. Make it a decent place for people to live. Ride with Mackenzie's raiders as they relive the blazing pages of history in the making. From the archives of the United States Cavalry, the true stories of Colonel Ranald Mackenzie and the cavalrymen he led. Mackenzie's Raiders. His secret orders from the President of the United States. Clean up the Southwest. Make it a fit place for Americans to live. Wipe out the renegades, outlaws, and murderers. If necessary, cross the Rio Grande, knowing capture means hanging by the enemy. Discovery, court-martial by the United States Army. September 6, 1873. The vast area of the Texas border, dependent for law and order on Colonel Ranald Mackenzie and his undermanned, ill-equipped 4th Cavalry out of Fort Clark. Strangling the growth of the region were border outlaws who ruthlessly moved against the isolated settlers. Despite overwhelming odds, the land had to be made safe.
Mackenzie is nowhere to be seen. Use the clippers, Bull. You the rope. We'll hit hard and run the cattle through the fence. Wait, quickly, quickly.
Pick up their trail?
Not a sign of them.
Got my whole herd. Every head.
Those thieves ain't getting away this time. We sighted them trailing our herd towards Dead Horse Pass. They gotta go right through there.
How many men?
Just 3. We can take them easy, Mr. Bates. Let's go.
Maybe we better wait for Mackenzie's cavalry patrol.
We ain't waiting no longer, Ma. We're gonna take those renegades if we have to cross the border to do it.
Otis, you hired Mr. Bates to track them outlaws. Now let him decide.
All right, Mr. Bates. We can take them right now. Or are you gonna sit around and wait for those Army bluebellies to get here too late again? Or lead us in like you're getting paid for?
Well, I reckon my mind's being made up for me, isn't it?
What's your pleasure, Mr. Bates?
Otis, you just remember one thing. I'm riding points. And you boys make sure to trail behind.
What for?
Well, we don't know whether there's 3 or 30. 3 guns is all they need if they're waiting for us.
All right, Mr. Bates. Let's go.
Sergeant. Sergeant.
Yes, sir.
Any of those patrols reported in yet?
Not yet, sir.
Right. I want you to set up another patrol. Give them 3 days' rations. Have them scour that Devil's Horn Fort area. We've got to turn something up.
Yes, sir. Beg your pardon, sir. Our job would be a lot easier if those ranch owners hadn't turned against us.
Well, you can't really blame them. They feel they're entitled to protection. They're not getting it.
Oh, we know that's not true, sir.
Well, whether it's true or not doesn't matter. It's what they want to believe. That's what makes this whole situation dangerous.
Yes, sir.
Now, this Matthews thing. Matthews Ranch was hit by rustlers early this morning. All the cattle stolen. The rustlers have completely vanished.
Oh, we have a patrol in the Matthews area now, sir. They should come up with something.
Yeah. I don't know who we're up against, Sergeant, but whoever it is has got to be stopped before they throw this whole territory into panic. Let's take a ride over and see what Mrs. Matthews has to say.
We waited for you, and what happens? They take my whole herd. Well, Colonel Mackenzie, my boys have hired a scout, Sam Bates. He'll do what your U.S. cavalry ain't been able to do. And that is catch them outlaws before they finish us.
That must have been their trail we passed back at Dead Horse Creek.
Thank you for your time, Mrs. Matthews.
Nice work. Let's get out of here. What's your hurry? If they find these fellows, the whole territory will be after us.
This is just the beginning.
Yeah, well, if Mackenzie catches us, it'll be the end.
Mackenzie won't catch you. Not as long as you operate from across the river. He won't go into Mexico. Meanwhile, I'll stay here and take over the Matthews spread. We're going to be big in this territory.
You're forgetting, Mackenzie has sharp claws.
Well, I'm making it my job to pull them.
I hope you can.
Just remember, the Matthews Ranch has got the best grass and sweet water rights in this territory. Now, you and the boys better hightail it across the river and set up camp in Rio.
They give it a hightail it also.
Better do as I tell you.
Hope you know what you're doing.
Don't I always?
Wow, bless my eyeballs if it ain't the U.S. Army.
Who are you?
The name is Bates. Scout Sam Bates. I thought you were those outlaws come to finish the job.
What happened?
Ambush. The Matthew boys hired me to catch those cattle rustlers.
Looks like they caught you.
They both dead?
You well enough to ride?
Just a flesh wound. I'm a bit shy on sleep and blood, that's all.
Sergeant?
Yes, sir.
Leave a man here. I'll send a detail from the fort. Also send another trooper by Mrs. Matthews' place to tell her what happened. Help her with any arrangements she wants to make. Mr. Bates will ride double. Please sit down, Mr. Bates. I know you must be suffering some pain, but before I send you over to the infirmary, I want to make one thing clear to you.
Yes, sir.
The protection of the civilian inhabitants of this area is the province of the military, not of vigilantes.
Well, all I was doing was what the Matthews boys hired me for, trying to help them.
Help them? By getting them ambushed?
Do you think I did that on purpose?
It happened, Mr. Bates. Now, I want to talk further with you after you get patched up. Sergeant Wells, take Mr. Bates over to the infirmary, then bring him back to my office.
All I need is some fresh water and clean bandages. I don't want to put you out, Colonel.
You already have, Mr. Bates. You already have. Come in.
Miss Matthews outside, sir. She's just spilling over with the trouble. Shall I handle it?
No, I'm afraid she'll be looking for me.
Well, Colonel Mackenzie, you want me to hide their graves? Someplace where you won't have to see the results of your law and order? This is how you protected us. How you protected my boys. Look at my sons before I bury your shame in the ground.
Hey, Sergeant. Sergeant, I'd like to talk to Mr. Bates, please.
He's sleeping, sir.
The men who killed those boys aren't sleeping.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Bates, I sent for you in the hopes that you could give me some information.
I'll do my best, Colonel.
How'd you get these powder burns on your shirt?
Well, you saw my shoulder. I was shot.
From ambush?
Why, sure.
Well, a man would have to be standing right next to you to do this.
Why don't you come right out and say what you want to, Colonel?
I'm trying to get at the facts, Mr. Bates.
You're getting them.
You must have been close enough to see them, then.
Sure, I seen them. I've been watching them for several days. I trailed them across the river to where they're camped.
Well, then why in thunder wasn't I informed? Everybody knew I've been patrolling that river for weeks trying to find out where they operate from.
Look, Colonel, I'm a civilian scout. I make my living scouting. But right now, I've got a personal score to settle with those rustlers. Nobody shoots at Sam Bates without me shooting back.
All right, Sam Bates, you'll get your chance to shoot back. Just as soon as you're fit. That's all.
The next morning, with Colonel Mackenzie's consent, Bates left with the bereaved Mrs. Matthews for her ranch.
Come in.
Sir?
Patrol ready?
Standing by, sir.
Let's go.
His suspicions aroused, Mackenzie left with a patrol to inspect the ambush site.
Perfect ambush. Those Matthews boys were dead the minute they went into this draw.
I don't see anybody ever got through that crossfire.
Sam Bates did.
Well, you can't blame a man for not getting killed.
I just wonder how he escaped.
I don't know, unless they left him for dead.
With a shot in the shoulder, point blank? Sam Bates either shot himself or one of those Matthews boys did it.
You think Bates is lying?
There's just one way to find out. Sergeant, lead out the men. I'll rejoin you at the fort.
With a plan to expose the ruthless slayer of the boys, Mackenzie rode to the Matthews Ranch for a meeting with Sam Bates.
That flag means something special, Mrs. Matthews?
My husband led out the men of Camp Verde under that flag. They come back, wrapped in it.
You know, I dreamed of places like this over 1,000 campfires.
Mr. Matthews always said this place made life worth living for.
And dying for? Like your sons?
Mackenzie riding up, probably getting around to offering to help. Finally.
Well, you sound like you hate the man.
No, just his uniform. Come in. 'Cause
sorry to intrude, Mrs. Matthews. It's necessary for me to know when you'll feel up to leading us to the hideout.
It's across the river.
When can we leave?
Well, I reckon I can make it in 2 or 3 days.
Very well, Mr. Bates. Let's say 3 days. I'll meet you at the spot where the boys were ambushed.
I'll be there.
Thank you, Mr. Bates.
I'll see you later, Mrs. Matthews.
Having baited his trap, Mackenzie waited for the result he was sure would follow. Confident that he had outsmarted Mackenzie, Bates rode to a rendezvous across the border.
Anything wrong?
No, everything's working just fine. Looks like we have to set up another ambush.
More boys to kill?
No, just Mackenzie himself.
September 10th, sundown. 3 picked troopers pledged to secrecy waited for Mackenzie's command to ride out. Their secret orders crossed the Mexican border. Their mission, justice.
Now, Sergeant. Everything set? Hackamores? Bowie knives?
Yes, sir.
All right. I want to go over my plans with you once more. Just so we're absolutely sure there can't be any slip-up.
Yes, sir.
Now, I've agreed to meet Sam Bates in the area where those Matthews boys were kidnapped.
I understand, sir.
That's tonight. Bates is supposed to lead me across the river to the camp of those cattle rustlers. However, I can't be sure what's going to happen. That's where you come in, Sergeant. Now, I want you and another man to cross that river ahead of Bates and myself. Take up a concealed position in that area where you can survey anything that might go on. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Be ready for anything. All right. Let's go.
If it's revenge you're going for, I'm past that. And I wish you'd forget it too, Mr. Bates. Do you have to go?
It's for justice, Mrs. Matthews.
You better take good care of that Arkansas toothpick, son. That's the only weapon you're gonna have.
Good luck, Sergeant.
Good luck, sir.
This untamed frontier had spawned few men as treacherous as Sam Bates. His law was the law of violence. Only Colonel Mackenzie stood between him and his prize, the Matthews Ranch.
You fellas move awful quiet, Mackenzie.
We live longer that way.
And you travel awful light, too.
In my opinion, we have all the weapons we need.
Well, that's just fine. Where are the rest of the men?
Each extra man adds to the danger of being seen.
Then all we have is 3 men and no legal protection.
And surprise. Surprise is worth much more than legal protection in my book. How about yours?
I reckon you're the trail boss.
No, you are. Lead on.
Cross?
I said lead on.
The Rio Grande, more than a boundary separating two countries. To cross it, Mackenzie risked court-martial or death, the price necessary to bring Sam Bates to justice.
There they are. That tall critter's the one who shot me. If you don't mind, Colonel, he's mine.
On your feet, you're covered.
You have all the weapons you need, huh? Surprise. You live longer that way, huh? Drop it.
You added one element, Mr. Bates. Treachery. You're very good at setting ambushes.
Now, if you fellas just back up against that rock.
Just a minute, Mr. Bates. Sergeant Wells?
Drop those guns!
Take over here, Sergeant. Just as I said, Mr. Bates. All the weapons we need.
If my boys had trusted you, Mackenzie, they'd still be alive. I'd like to say I'm sorry, but I never learned how. I just learned to trust you too late, Mackenzie. I could have taught them to trust you, too.
Come in.
Stagecoach ready, sir.
That'd be me, I reckon. Well, Mackenzie, I guess you're a real native Texan after all.
Well, I consider that a compliment, ma'am. Although I happen to have been born in New York.
Mackenzie's raiders rode again and again, carrying out the secret orders of the President of the United States. Do whatever necessary to clean up the Southwest. Make it a decent place for people to live. Ride with Mackenzie's raiders as they relive the blazing pages of history in the making. From the archives of the United States Cavalry, the true stories of Colonel Ranald Mackenzie and the cavalrymen he led. Mackenzie's Raiders. His secret orders from the President of the United States. Clean up the Southwest. Make it a fit place for Americans to live. Wipe out the renegades, outlaws, and murderers. If necessary, cross the Rio Grande, knowing capture means hanging by the enemy. Discovery, court-martial by the United States Army. Summer 1874, Texas border. Endless miles of refuge for 5,000 wanted criminals. Against them, Colonel Ranald Mackenzie out of undermanned, badly equipped Fort Clark. Mackenzie's orders: stabilize the border, ensure the safety of settlers. Despite incredible odds, Mackenzie was doing the job. But now a brilliant strategist threatened the peace of the territory, leading marauders with superb military skill and full knowledge of Mackenzie's own operations. This was the 4th patrol sent in pursuit. Like the others, dead in ambush. The main objective of these attacks was now starkly evident: destroy Mackenzie by discrediting his command. The epaulets torn from the dead major's blouse and the scrawled words, "I have not forgotten," told Mackenzie it could be only one man: ex-Major Howard Duncan, former officer under Mackenzie's command.
Something bothering you, son? Stand easy.
Oh, no.
Are you sorry you joined me?
Of course I'm not, Howard.
You must always address me as Major.
Yes, Major. By rights, you should be a colonel by now.
By rights, yes. 15 years in the field. And what did it get me? To stand in the sun in front of my own men while Mackenzie stripped my brass, broke my saber, and drummed me off the post.
There was only one way Mackenzie could stop this threat to his difficult task of governing the area, and that was rise to Duncan's challenge himself. On the night of July 18th, the patrol out of Fort Clark was under his personal command.
See down there? Bullets. Fresh horses.
Just sitting and waiting like you planned.
Beats me why you wasn't Mackenzie on our tail.
I owe him something, and I want to pay him back.
If it was up to me, I'd give him wide berth.
As I'm in command, it isn't up to you.
What if he keeps tailing us?
That's just what I want him to do. I'll lead him right into the trap. Sun, sand, and death from thirst. Then we attack again. Waste no time, destroy everything that might help the enemy. We take no prisoners, carry no wounded. You will look at me when I'm giving orders, Mr. Cloud.
This isn't the Army, Mr. Duncan.
Major Duncan. Any questions about my orders, Mr. Cloud?
Whatever you say, Major Duncan.
Then follow me.
On July 22nd, 1874, 4 days out of Fort Clark, Mackenzie's Indian scout, Corporal Killeagle, picked up Duncan's trail while riding point for the patrol. This lonely way station, squatting in the burning sun, was the first real chance for water, and further evidence that Duncan had learned his tactics well.
They here, maybe 1-2 hours ago. They got horses, guns, and bullets from in there.
Anything left?
All dead.
Water?
Destroyed.
Duncan's thorough.
Rest now?
No, he'll expect us to do that.
Well, Duncan moving towards the border.
Yeah. If he doesn't head for the Rio Grande, where's the nearest water? Lost Angel Mine?
Last water. After that, nothing this side of border.
If he's leading us into a trap, he'll head for the mine and destroy the water. If not, he'll make a run for the border.
Which one?
Only one way to find out. Sergeant, we're closing the gap. Let's move out.
On the 5th day, the gap between them was closed. Contact was made.
Mackenzie's still tailing us. He's coming through there.
Good. My tactics are working out just as planned. Now, when we hit the Lost Angel mine, I will accomplish a twofold objective. First, we take the gold. Second, destroy the water and watch Mackenzie die of thirst.
I say let's cut and run for the border.
Cloud, as a tactician, you're a fool. Mackenzie's moving into total destruction.
This was the ex-major's chance to prove himself a superior tactician, using the very methods he had learned from Mackenzie himself. His plan, feinting the Army patrol out of position by a flank attack. 2 men were dispatched to the opposite side of the trail. Their task, fire on the patrol, show themselves, and run. The chase would divert Mackenzie, giving Duncan and the other men time to strike the mine.
Fresh signs. Duncan close, maybe in rocks.
How do we stand, Sergeant?
Well, the horses will hold out till the end of the day, sir. As long as the men can move, they can shoot.
Continue the march.
Mackenzie despised Duncan, but he never underrated him. With Kill Eagle, the colonel rode out to scout the area from a higher position. The trap Mackenzie suspected was already snapping closed. As Duncan planned, the gunman suddenly broke cover, firing wide.
Perfect. A perfect maneuver.
I gotta hand it to you, Major.
Let's get mounted.
Oh! There were 2 men up there, not 5, and yet you went bucketing after them. Don't you see that's just what Duncan wanted?
Yes, sir, I see that now.
That was a feint. We know now they're headed for the mine. They've got fresh horses and a good start. If we follow that trail, he'll have plenty of time to destroy the water.
I know shorter way.
You do? Lead out. Hey!
We'll take the shack, Cloud. Dennis, you destroy the water tank.
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
Ah! Ah! Ah!
One more sack and the last.
Take your time.
I'd rather hurry. I'd hate to get caught after all you and I've been through.
You won't get caught, Mr. Cloud.
Come on.
Hurry up there, Dennis.
Major! Major!
It's Mackenzie. He's coming in with his patrol. Let's get out of here!
Yeah. Yeah. Major! Major, help me! No. No, please!
You said no prisoners!
Ah, get up!
The night of July 23rd, 5 days out of Fort Clark, the first chance to rest for all but Mackenzie and his scout. With the prisoner alive in Mackenzie's hands, the deadly chess game had shifted. Mackenzie knew that now Duncan had to wait for his opponent to move.
Did you locate them?
Behind rocks, high up. Open sands below.
Sergeant, how's the ammunition?
About 7, 8 rounds each man, sir.
Our prisoner patched up?
Yes, sir. Resting easy.
I'll talk with him. Stand easy, trooper. You're a little young to be running with a wolf pack like Duncan's, aren't you?
You're gonna die, Mackenzie. Slow and thirsty. When and where Major Duncan decides you will. He gave his life to the Army, but he made one mistake, Mackenzie. He proved he was a better soldier than you are. So you trumped up charges and drummed him out of the Army.
So that's the way he's telling it.
I suppose you want to tell me it's all a bunch of lies.
I'll do better than that. Kill Eagle.
I am Chiricahua, Elk family. My father was chief, not hostile, but scout like me. Major Duncan ordered whole tribe move out for new reservation.
Major Duncan fought your Chiricahua.
No fight, just walk. Men, women, children, into desert. You know what devil trap is? Sunburn like fire, no water, slow death.
I know the story of that battle, the real one. 300 of you Red Devils against Major Duncan and 1 patrol. He told me about it.
You listen. My father was chief. He begged for his people 1 drop water. But your major lead them into devil trap. All die but 1. All but 1.
Indian lies!
Kill Eagle! Kill Eagle!
Shall I put him under guard, sir?
No. That won't be necessary. They're not lies, son. Kill Eagle was with that 1 survivor. I found him and brought him back to the fort.
Makes no difference what you say, Mackenzie. You won't get out of this alive.
A lot of Howard Duncan has rubbed off on you, hasn't he?
Yes, and I'm proud of it.
Well, that's natural. I remember the picture Howard Duncan carried when we were on patrols together. He was real proud of you. Real proud of his kid brother. Kill Eagle. Kill Eagle. I'm going to put you on your honor to guard this man.
You can't leave me here alone with him.
Kill Eagle, I have a plan. But your anger can destroy it. Don't think of this man as Duncan's brother. Think of him as the Judas goat that's going to lead his brother to slaughter. Sergeant?
Colonel?
Stand easy, boys. You checked the entire area?
Yes, sir. Nothing much around but some coal oil for their lamps.
What's in there?
Bags, sir.
Bags?
Yes, sir. Empty water bags.
Water bags? Sergeant, have each man fill 2 of these water bags and conceal them in his bedroll so nobody will know we're carrying them.
We're going to continue to follow him, sir?
Yes. Yes, we're going to follow him right into his devil trap.
Morning, July 24th, 6 days out of Fort Clark. Mackenzie was ready for his counter move against the renegade, ex-Major Duncan.
Everything in order, sir. Each man has 2 filled water bags in his bedroll.
They've been instructed to drink from their canteens at will?
Yes, sir. They'll throw them away on the trail as you ordered.
Destroy the water tank.
Sir?
From this point on, there's no retreat for us or for Duncan. Destroy it.
Forward!
Hello!
Mackenzie's pulling out.
That narrows it down to the supply we carry in our canteens. Collect all the canteens, Mr. Cloud. I will personally ration the water supply. Get ready to follow them.
Follow them? It's a 20-mile ride to the border. Let's get the goal there.
We're not leaving, my brother.
Look, you made the rules. He took his chances like the rest of us. It could have been me. Anybody.
Mr. Cloud, if my brother dies, you'll die with Mackenzie.
And I say kill him now and get it over with.
You're stupid, Cloud. You're saddle trash. What would you know of pride? Of the shame of being made to wallow in the dirt before your own officers and your men. That's why I want to see Mackenzie tortured in the burning sun. Now do you understand?
Lead on, Major Duncan.
July 25th, the 7th day of broiling desert wasteland. Mackenzie led out, knowing Duncan would have to follow, into this furnace where every drop of water was worth its weight in diamonds. Ordinarily, a trooper could be shot for wasting water, but this was a special patrol, under special orders.
That's the third empty canteen. I never figured Mackenzie to be a fool about water.
Colonel Mackenzie's anything but a fool.
Sergeant, you sure those canteens were dropped in the trail where they can be seen?
Yes, sir. I don't think Duncan can miss spotting them.
Duncan will be holding back to conserve his water while we use ours up. On the other hand, he's got to make his move pretty soon to rescue his brother. Kill Eagle, double back and check for us. All right, Sergeant. We've got to go into that canyon and make it look as though we're going through it.
Look, another canteen.
I was sure there was no water this side of the mine, but Mackenzie must know there is some. From now on, we force march till we catch up with them. Go on!
Yeah!
Late morning, July 25th, saw Mackenzie carefully setting his trap. While Kill Eagle back-trailed to scout the oncoming Duncan, Mackenzie positioned his men in the scanty shade behind the rocks.
Duncan coming fast.
When I give the signal, fire one volley, no more. Just enough to make him take cover. If I fire again, shoot to kill. You won't have a second chance. All right, Sergeant, take your position. Trooper, guard him with your sidearm. I'll take the rifle.
Tracks are all scrambled. I can't read the signs.
The signs were obvious to Duncan. Mackenzie must have rested here while his scouts searched ahead for water. The only logical place would be the floor of the canyon ahead. Mackenzie was ready to spring the trap, and his major weapon was in position too, the burning sun.
We're on a ledge. Let's make a run for it. Mr. Claude, I'll kill you if you desert in the face of the enemy. Take cover.
The deadly waiting game went on. Mackenzie depended on the heat to drive Duncan out of cover, and the sun was slowly but surely doing its merciless job.
We've got water and he hasn't. Rustle up one of our water bags and let's relax.
Fred.
Without food, a man could hold out for days. Without water, his lifespan becomes a few seemingly endless, agonized hours.
Let's find some shade. Keep low.
1 hour passed. Another. 2 o'clock. Everything seemed to move in the undulating waves of heat. Everything but the sun. 3 o'clock. Now the angled sun rays shriveled the last inch of shadow from Duncan's rock barricade. Mackenzie knew the outlaws' only hope was night. And to Duncan and his men, that sundown might as well be 100 years away. Mackenzie had seen the scorching desert do its work before. The outlaws' hopes narrowed to 3 chances: die behind the rocks, surrender, or make a wild run for the canyon mouth. They would have to decide soon. And Mackenzie was ready.
Duncan! Why don't you come out? You haven't got a chance.
Look, we're rope meat any way you look at it, so why not make a run for it? You want to play soldier, Duncan? Play it yourself.
I'm still in command, Mr. Cloud.
You just lost your command again, Mr. Duncan.
They're getting set. Remember, we've only got a few rounds of ammunition left. If they come out, every shot's got to count.
Let's make a run for it. I'll cover you.
Fire, fire!
Duncan's horse bolted, sir. He's trapped behind that boulder.
I take Sergeant. We circle around.
No. He's my responsibility. Duncan? Duncan, you're all alone. What's your choice? Die of thirst or surrender? Toss out your gun first, then come out with your hands up.
For the last time, Duncan faced his former commanding officer as a prisoner. And Mackenzie was ready for anything but Duncan's almost pathetic demand to receive every military courtesy accorded an officer of his rank. The end of the day, the end of a hunt, the end of a career.
Duncan escaped from Devil Trap after all.
Yes, I guess he did. But he didn't reckon with the trap he set for himself.
Mackenzie's raiders rode again and again, carrying out the secret orders of the President of the United States. Do whatever necessary to clean up the Southwest, make it a decent place for people to live. Ride with Mackenzie's raiders as they relive the blazing pages of history in the making.